Good day, everyone. Welcome to the world of English. So today we will discuss all about news writing for its part 2. So here is the continuation of our discussion for the news writing. Okay, sample leads. So in the traditional lead, may I read the example? Release of Mary Jane still possible, DOJ Chief. Edu Punay, September 19, 2016. Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre said yesterday it is possible or it is still possible for the Indonesian government to free convicted Filipino drug mule Mary Jane Veloso if Philippine courts could establish that she was a mere victim of her recruiter's illegal scheme. So, that is the example of traditional lead. Second example, picture or descriptive lead. Duterte, I don't want martial law. Cristina Mendez. Okay? Although faced with the difficulty of solving the country's drug problem, President Duterte insisted yesterday he does not want martial law. So this kind of lead is all about picture or in a descriptive lead. Next, the shotgun lead. So, dilemma, Lacson engaged in word war. So, that is the headline. Dilemma, Lacson engaged in word war. So, it is wrote or written by Marvin C. So, there's no love between Senators Laila de Lima and Panfilo Lacson. That's it. It is a very short lead, but it contains the news peg. Okay, next, contrast lead. 100 million pesos paid for Norwegian by Edith Regalado. Despite Malacanang's no ransom stance, more than 100 million pesos was apparently paid for the freedom of Norwegian hostage Jartan Sikingstad from the bandit group Abu Sayyaf over the weekend. So that is an example of contrast lead. Next example, the question lead. Pete saddened by divorce filing. So will Brangelina survive the challenge? Okay, so that is a question lead. Next, quotation lead. So the headline is Dilemma to Rudy. Don't wag the dog. So by Paulo Romero. So the lead he wrote was, it was a war crime, but the deadly attack on the Davao City night market late Friday should not be used by President Duterte to wag the dog, Senator De Lima warned yesterday. So let's go now to the body. So the first part of the news article is the lead. Next is the body. So what is in the body or what are in the body of a news article? So the body retells the story in detail by, first, explaining the feature or features in the lead. Second, adding minor features not summarized in the lead. Next, providing additional details which expands on information given in the lead. So that's the body. It retells the story in details. Okay, you may add features, you may add another summarized which not tell in the lead, which are not still found in the lead. Okay. Next, the inverted pyramid approach. So, inverted pyramid of news. So, in the upper part is the most interesting, most important. Then, in the bottom, what you are going to write are the least interesting or the least important. So the inverted pyramid of news suggests that news should be written in order of most interesting or important to least interesting or important. So in the upper part or in the first paragraph, second, third, fourth, until to the last, it should be arranged in the most interesting or the most important until at the end of your news article, the readers read the least interesting or the least important details in your news article. Then the news structure. Opening. So here are the news structure for the body. Opening. Lead. The first paragraph that tells the most important of the 5 WH or the 5 W's and H. Next, second paragraph tells the rest of the 5 W's if they were not included in the lead. Next is the catch-all paragraphs. The catch-all paragraphs includes elaborates on the lead, expands on information introduced in the lead, then answers the who, what, when, and where, and why in more detail. Then the why and the how may be left to later. Next is the background information. So what are in the background information? It provided if it is a follow-up story that gives you details of an ongoing story. Next, gives earlier details or background on what has occurred and been reported on before. Next, sometimes simply provides explanatory material necessary to understand the story. Next, the sales message. So sales message if appropriate to the story. A quotation or statement about what an event or situation means to the reader. Next, gives the significance of the event or situation. Next, answers the question of why readers should pay attention. Then next to the transition to details. Transitional statement or words that lead the reader into the details of the story. Example, police said the accident occurred. Another example, the council broke into open debate when Mayor Rosal announced. Sixth, details needed to complete story. Organized into blocks or paragraphs of unified details. Next, each paragraph provides one aspect of the unfolding story in decreasing order of importance. Next, may need to go to a chronological retelling of some stories in order to make it readable, such as a kidnapping. Tips for writing the body. Do not sacrifice coherence for brevity. Use transitional phrases or devices. Avoid verbatim repetition. Fourth, balance the use of quotations. Next, story should tell enough to give a clear, interesting, and vivid account of the story. And lastly, use active voice. Another tips for writing the body, these are the things you need to consider. Stick to one major point per paragraph. Vary your sentences. Illustrate statistics and facts, so you need to write the numbers, the facts in your news article. Next, double check your information. Then follow the KISS rule. Keep it short and simple. So follow the KISS rule. So when we say KISS, so it stands for keep it short and simple. So the inverted pyramid, primary or the main lead, the secondary or support lead, the details or particulars, then the background. So the components of the inverted pyramid form. So primary or main lead, usually a single paragraph. It contains the 4 W's, what, who, where, and when in your body of a news article. Secondary or support lead, this portion explains or complements the main lead. Next, details or particulars. To give flesh to the story, all available facts are included here, especially those how would answer W or the why and 1H or the how. Background. So, relevant past events are recounted and incorporated in this portion of the story. This portion may be deleted if space in the newspaper will not allow, but still the story can stand. Next, illustration. Using the inverted pyramid structure, this is how a story about the Laila de Limas being besieged by threats. So, main lead, Senator Laila de Lima claims that unknown persons had started harassing her since Tuesday night and what she was unable to go home for fear of her safety after her address and mobile phone number were made public during the illegal drugs inquiry in the House of Representatives. Who? Senator Laila de Lima. What? Claims that unknown persons harassed her when after her address number were made public. To the support lead, I condemn and vehemently protest the sheer indecency and fullness of allowing my cell phone number and home address to be publicly disclosed, she said. Then De Lima said the allies of the administration have basically destroyed her right to privacy and security and her communication and her home. So here are the details. So that would be all today. Thank you!